world, coast to coast, here on a Tuesday. Of course, we have LIV Golf coming up this week. We are back. LIV's event for this month. They are heading to the Greenbrier, which is, say it for me, Brady, what is it? America's course, where they call the Greenbrier?
America's resort in beautiful West Virginia.
Resort.
Sulphur Springs.
The Greenbrier, of course, every time there is a LIV Golf event, I am very happy to have Brady Kannon with me here to talk about it. We have been, to say that we've had a good year for LIV Golf would be a little bit of an understatement. We're also, I know I've got the last 4 events. I don't know how I'm going to live up to it this week at the Greenbrier. We've got 4 in a row. Brady's had tons of winners as well this year, the Steel Mill, everyone else. So we have been riding high with LIV heading into this event. Brady, it is good to see you. As always, my man, thanks for a few minutes.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. And more than I can say than what I've been doing pre-tournament on the PGA Tour. I've only hit 1 pre-tournament outright on the PGA Tour this season. Xander Schauffele at the PGA. Been lights out in game and joined the party with all you guys that were on Aaron Rye last week. I hit him in game. But yeah, the LIV has been my bread and butter this year. It's 4 pre-tournament outrights and a couple in games on that circuit as well. So yeah, I might just switch over to all LIV in 2025.
Why not? And who knows? We might even have a couple other guys there next year, Brady. You never know what happens between now. I know if we would have sat here a year ago today, we would have never thought Jon Rahm would be there in January at the end of the year. So it's things do change fairly quickly. Before we get to the chalk, as I always like to do with you first, please tell us a little bit about the course at the Greenbrier. Of course, Bryson DeChambeau tore this place up last year with a record round. Tell us a little bit about the track.
Yeah, the Old White is what they call it, a famous old track that has been around for many, many years. And most recently, well, of course, you mentioned we saw it last year on the LIV circuit with Bryson bringing home the victory there. But prior to that, 2010 through 2019, it was a part of the regular rotation on the PGA Tour, the Greenbrier Classic, and saw it become the site of first-time victories for Xander Schauffele and also Joaquin Niemann. You talk about Bryson DeChambeau winning. We've seen a lot of big hitters win here at this golf course in the past, and that's kind of where I went with my handicap. Surprisingly, it's very similar to TPC Southwind as far as the par and the yardage. TPC Southwind, of course, starting the FedEx Cup playoffs, a par 70, almost 7,250 yards, right about the same length, and also a par 70 for the Greenbrier. So you break that down, and that's a fairly long golf course. When it's only a par 70, it's got some teeth to it. And now driving accuracy is not really that much of a requirement here at the Old White, like it is at Southwind. Not really the deal here in West Virginia. It's all about driving distance for me. And DeChambeau is living proof, number 1 on the LIV circuit in driving distance. So I believe this week that is going to be a big advantage for these guys. Hit it long off the tee and then be dialed in on approach. And that's really the direction I went here. And if you look at DeChambeau, number 1, like I say, on the LIV circuit in driving distance. No surprise that he got it done there at this golf course last year.
Not at all, Brady, that's for sure. So I will give the chalk here, and then I'll throw it back to you, and you can start to give who you like. Jon Rahm, of course, coming off his first win on LIV, 5-1. Bryson plus 750. Joaquin Niemann, who you mentioned, is at 8. Tyrrell Hatton's at 8. And then Cam Smith, Sergio, Louis Oosthuizen, Brooks Koepka, all, of course, at the top of the board as well. It sounds to me, Brady, like you have possibly Bryson sitting on your card this week.
I do. I typically don't like to play the defending champion, but I couldn't get away from him here because of the emphasis on driving distance and because of the way he's been playing this season. Obviously, the guy's been outstanding, one of the best players in the world, no matter what tour you're associated with. So I did go back to the well with DeChambeau, got him at 7-1. And then I also went with Niemann, a guy that won here in 2019 at the same golf course when he was a member of the PGA Tour. Got him at also 7-1, missed the best number there. There are plus 750s out there. But I also looked at other golf courses that I felt were correlated here, Mike. And I came up with Quail Hollow, where they play the Wells Fargo, Oak Hill, where they played the 2023 PGA Championship, Southern Hills, site of the 2022 PGA Championship, and then Caves Valley, where they played the BMW Championship in 2021. Patrick Cantlay beat DeChambeau there in a playoff, if I recall. DeChambeau was runner-up there. And you look at what DeChambeau's done elsewhere. At Quail Hollow in 2021, he was 9th. And if you look at what he did at Oak Hill, the PGA Championship that was won by Brooks Koepka, DeChambeau finished 4th there. So not only has he done well at this golf course, winning last year, he's done well at courses that I think correlate as well. So I went with DeChambeau. I mentioned Niemann, a winner here last year. This guy also just had a runner-up at LIV UK a couple weeks ago, Mike. So I think the form is certainly there for this guy. And then you look at what he's done on the correlated courses: 29th at Caves Valley, 23rd at Southern Hills, and 18th at Quail Hollow in 2021. He's number 1 on the LIV circuit in birdies. He's number 4 in greens and regulation, and second behind DeChambeau in driving distance. And so I took a couple of chalky guys there in DeChambeau and Niemann, but then I went further down the board because this guy just kept popping up when I'm looking at these correlated courses, and that was Abraham Answer at 40-1, who already has a win, by the way, this year on the LIV circuit. He was second at Quail Hollow in 2021. And at the PGA Championship at Southern Hills in 2022, he was 9th. At Caves Valley in 2021, he was 9th. And then also at Oak Hill, pardon me, I thought he had another high finish at Oak Hill, but that was not the case. But at Caves Valley, Southern Hills, and Quail Hollow, Abraham Answer checked all of those boxes. Now, he's not a huge hitter, but he's number 1 on the LIV circuit in driving accuracy. So you know he's going to find the fairways, and he's also 12th in greens and regulation. So those are my 3 guys this week, a couple of chalky guys, and then one longer bomb and answer.
I love Bryson this week, Brady. I'm with you on him. I'm going to play him. I'm going to go with you and play Bryson this week. I didn't have him initially on the card because, like you said, it's hard to play the defending champ, go back with all that. You've talked me into it. I'm there. Here's who I am going with. I have Patrick Reed this week at 26-1. He's played well here on LIV. Like, it just hasn't cracked through for him yet, Brady. He's played this course a bunch, of course, like you said, with it formerly being on the PGA Tour. So Patrick Reed, and it's 26-1. Richard Bland has had an unbelievable year, and he finished in the top 5 here at Greenbrier last year on LIV. So I'm going to go with Richard Bland at 29-1. Dustin Johnson, 33-1. Now, Brady, I know Dustin Johnson was really miserable in all the majors this year. He's won on LIV this year. He's got a bunch of top 5s and top 10s. He's 33-1. This guy used to be one of the top 5 guys on the board on LIV every week when you would look at it. So I think Johnson slipped a little too much for me. You mentioned you need some bombers. Dustin Johnson at 33-1. And Peter Uihlein, 70-1 is going to be my big bomb this week, purely, Brady, because he's coming off that win in the Asian Tour last week where he won. Yeah. He beat Caleb Surratt over there. So I'm going to take a shot with Uihlein at 70-1.
Yeah, I like it. Uihlein makes a ton of sense. And actually, when I was looking at the results at all these correlated courses, DJ pops on a couple of them as well. I just didn't go down that direction because I don't know if it maybe DJ's past his prime, but I can't argue with you at all. DJ, I think definitely makes sense for this course.
If he was 17 or 20, I'd probably pass him by. But 33 was just a little too much for me to give up. Brady, let's stay scorching hot with the LIV Golf, the Greenbrier this week. Let's go, baby.
America's Resort.
On Coast to Coast.